Okay, good morning everybody and welcome to Yzer TV. Today we are going to do the Gym to the Ring Fight Night predictions. I'm not going to do these in any particular order because I'm not allowed to give the fight order out. So I'm just going to read random fights and going to give you my opinion on what I think of them. Just because of what I've seen, no personal, how I feel about the person personally, just what I've seen in training and what I personally think is going to happen on the night. Joe versus Dylan. Joe Bowden versus Dylan Fleming. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But yeah, Dylan's actually quite a good little scrapper. He's improved a lot. He paid a lot of attention through this, and he's I'd say defensively he's pretty sound. But I wouldn't say he's like a knockout puncher or anything like that. He might get a few points in. And Joe kind of the same. Joe's tall, he's quick. He's paid a lot of attention during the program, so I've got high hopes for him. Yeah, I think that'll be a decent little fight. As for the winner, that's a toss-up for me, man, because I'm not really sure. Both fairly evenly matched. Yeah, starting off pretty badly actually. I can't think of anything. I'm gonna say Joe. We're gonna go with Joe because Joe's taller. I think he's a bit quicker and he's a little bit stronger than Dylan. So personally, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Joe. So I believe that's one for Team Flash. Let's talk about the big bomber Jason Brown taking on the sailor Sinbad Hunt. I call him the sailor. I don't know if anyone else calls him that, but yeah, Sinbad versus Jason Brown, the big bomber versus Sinbad. This is one of those fights I'm really looking forward to watching because I really don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what to expect. Sinbad is a big body hitter, you know what I mean? He can really throw like the body punches. That's going to drop someone. And Bomber is called Bomber for a reason. That boy can punch, you know what I mean? And he's got heavy hits on him. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this fight. As for the winner, I don't know. It's really difficult. I'm also mates with both these lads as well, so it's like I'm totally unbiased on this one because I'm just looking forward to seeing it. But because he did the program last time and because I've seen how hard he's worked in this one, I'm going to say Sinbad for the win on this one because Sinbad's just all about the body. If you take away the body, you take away the lungs, you take away the fighting. This is simple science. So I personally think you're going to, but then again, the bomber is a fucking sneaky bastard and he's got one hell of a punch he could drop, man, real quick. No, I'm staying with Sinbad. I'm staying with it. Sinbad for the win. That's one for team ammo. So moving swiftly on to the next bout. I might say next bout, you know what I mean. Dean Halm versus Louis Hodge. You know what? This one is difficult because Dean is an experienced fighter and already fights for like Mass Combat and other promotions like that. So that's an interesting one to me. But Lewis has also had a fight. I think he was in last season as well. And he is a good fighter. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows how to defend. He knows how to get points. And he is a big hitter. But due to experience reasons only, I'm going to have to give this one to Dean. And that's it. Just because he's got more fights under his belts than Lewis has. But you never know. Lewis might pull it off. I wish Lewis all the best because I really do want him to kick some ass and get some points. And if he gets the W, that'd be awesome because he beats an experienced fighter. But yeah, I got to give it to Dean. So that's Team Ammo again. Yeah, Chantel Jackson versus Grace Mahoney. Interesting. I mean, Chantel is a very technical fighter. She's very good. She listens very well and she picks it up quickly. So I'm really looking forward. Her movement's really good as well and her defensive skills really good. So yeah, I don't see her getting hit with points a lot. Gracie, I think she started like halfway through. I don't think she was here right at the beginning. So I think Gracie missed like half the sessions. But in sparring, she don't give two rats. She don't care. She literally just throws. And it's really entertaining to watch, and like, you know, she has hit some big hits on, so maybe she'll pick it up. Maybe she's ready. I haven't watched her the whole way through the program, and like I say, she only came in like halfway through, so you know, I don't really know her experience. But Chantel is pretty decent at combinations. She's really good with the jab. Yeah, I'm gonna say Chantel on this one. What team is she in again? Okay, moving on. So it's now RJ versus Magic Mike Gillis. This is another fight I'm really looking forward to watching. Both very good fighters, both did very well and showed a lot of improvement during the program. RJ, he's quick, multiple combinations, and his movement and his blocking is fantastic. Mike Gillis, hard hitting, quick, fitness is on point. Very good boxer. You know, he gets the points and he knows how to throw his punches properly. This is one that I'm actually struggling to call because I really don't know how this is going to go. I don't know. On one hand, you got RJ with his speed, his combinations will get him multiple points, like pop, 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 pop. But then again, Mike will cut off the ring and bang RJ and hit him real hard and slow that guy down. This one's difficult. Do you know what? I'm going to call the first draw. This one's going to be a draw. RJ and Mike is going to come to a decision, and it's going to come to a points draw. Because I can't decide, so that's my prediction. So okay, so it moves on to Terrell versus Aiden. Okay, this is another good fight I'm looking forward to see. We're going to see Terrell, who is the son of Ray Williams, who is the owner of GTTR. He will be facing Aiden, who I like to call Big Ginge. Yeah, he's taking on Aiden. It's going to be a good fight, actually. I think they're both pretty good. They both listen a lot, both in good shape, both learned a lot during the course, and so I've seen them both spar together as well, and they were really good sparring matches, so this is going to be quite interesting. Yeah, based on the two sessions I've seen them spar against each other, it's very even. I think that Terrell will probably hold the first couple of rounds, and then the third round Aiden's going to come out like an absolute monster and possibly steal it. But yeah, again, I'm no expert on boxing. I don't really know the ins and outs like I do of wrestling, but yeah, based on what I've seen, I'm going to give the victory to Terrell. I think Terrell's going to get enough points in the first two rounds, and Aiden's going to come back and battle in the third, but I don't think Aiden's going to get enough points to pull it off, because Terrell's just throw. He's very calculated how he throws. His defense is really good. So yeah, I think Terrell's going to beat Aiden on this one. So this brings us to Asher versus Rochelle. This will be a good fight. I mean, sadly, Asher got hurt during training, but I don't think that's going to stop her, because she's quite a wild thing, and she'll throw regardless. But due to the injury, I think that Rochelle, who is a good fighter, she's technically good, she's sound. You know, her movement is good, her blocking is good. Her fitness could do with some work, but you know, she'll admit that herself. You know, that's why she came to the program in the first place, to get her fitness in check. But yeah, due to the injury, I personally think that Rochelle will take that one, or he will get stopped. But yeah, I say Rochelle to win on that one. So Liz Anderson versus Jody Parker. This should be an interesting fight, because we've both girls really improved. Liz came in with a little bit of experience from working at, with another gym with another coach. Yeah, Jody came in complete novice, and throughout the training, Jody's really improved, and working with Ammo and Team Ammo, she's really concentrated on her combinations and her movement. So yeah, she should be really good for getting points and stuff. I don't see a knockout or a TKO. Liz is a bit taller than Jody, but I think that when it comes to speed and movement, that it's actually going to go to Jody. But Liz has the more experience. So I don't know. It's a difficult one to choose from. But I'm going to say Jody on this one. I reckon Jody's going to get more points. I reckon Jody's just going to be sneaky. She's going to move around the ring more. And pop, 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 pop. You understand me? She's going to get more points. I think Liz may not be as quick as Jody. I think Jody might be able to move around faster than her and get the points. That's my view. So now we see James Maddox versus Ed Brown. I've seen a lot of James at these sessions. I've seen Ed. He was there a lot in the beginning, and then not so much in the middle, and then I haven't seen him again towards the end. He was there for like 3 or 4 different sessions. But yeah, that's about as far as that went. So yeah, Ed versus James. Again, I can't really make a fair judgment on this one, because I didn't see too much of either of them. But James is a heavy hitting guy. He worked very hard. His fitness has really improved since being on the program. Ed is a good fighter. When I have seen him spar, he is good. his fitness could probably do some work, but he could last. You know, I mean, he could easily do the 3 rounds piece per. But I'm gonna say James on this one actually. Yeah, James for the win. I think James has come to the sessions and concentrated a lot, so therefore he should get the victory on this one. All right, and that brings us to Jacob Tweedy versus Robbie Ping. Now I've been watching these guys a bit. I haven't watched them overly much. Obviously been filming them and stuff, but I'd say that the two of them, Robbie's the more powerful puncher, but Tweedy's the better fighter. So like Tweedy's better moving around the ring and cutting the ring off, but Robbie's got like power, and then you know I wouldn't get hit by him. So that one's basically power versus skill, and you know, skill usually wins on top. So I'm gonna give that to Jacob Tweedy. Thomas Moore versus Gavin Messer, the rematch. Now these two both did the season prior. I wasn't part of that, but I've seen the fight on Facebook. It was a really good fight, and everyone was really impressed. So I think the rematch happened just because everyone wants to see what happens this time. From watching, see, Tom hasn't been at a lot of the sessions, but Tom can box and Tom can fight. But Gavin's been really paying attention. He's really like, you know, focusing on the parries and on the counter punching and what have you. Yeah, it's a difficult one to choose from that one, and Tom is a low power hitter, like a, you know, gets low and hits with power, and Gav is, you know, jab hook kind of guy. I'm gonna say Gavin for the win. Gavin's gonna take it, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, Gavin wins. Okay, and that brings us on to, let me consult my list here. That brings us to Liam Nash versus Shawn Radford. See, I don't really have that much of an opinion on this one. I haven't really watched both lads. I mean, I've filmed them and stuff, and I've watched back of their footage, but I really don't know. I mean, both seem strong. Both came to a lot of the sessions, or pretty much all the sessions, which is good to see. Nash's fitness is good. Shawn is definitely good in the ring, and his fitness is good. I don't know. I didn't get to see a lot of them two sparring. I saw bits, but I didn't get to see a lot of it. Based on some of the sparring that I did see, Nash has needed work on his defence, but his striking was great. And Radford pretty much the same. He needed work on defence and his strikes, but he could hit the big bombs. So yeah, I mean, this could be pretty decent. This could work out to be a really good fight. But again, I don't have, insanely on this one, I don't have that much of an opinion. But do you know what? I'm gonna have to call another draw, because I don't know. I haven't seen enough of these lads sparring and fighting to see what I want. But yeah, I'm just gonna call another draw. Okay, which brings us to Dan Loveridge versus Jason Price. I don't actually have a fight picture for that because Dan wasn't there, and the ones that I've done for the actual event are on a different memory stick, which I gave to Ray for the event. So Dan versus Jason. Dan went on holiday and ate crap, but he came back, and he's been training really hard since he came back, and you know, he's a really big hitter. He's actually being walked out to the ring by my artist enemy MC, which is going to be a really good pump for him. Jason's a really good fighter. Jason's been working really hard throughout the program, really focusing, comes to pretty much every single, I'm pretty sure he's been at every single one of the sessions. Really good at sparring as well. I like to watch him sparring. He's quick. Maybe could do a bit better on his fitness, but he's definitely very good, you know, savvy about moving around the ring and throwing his punches and everything, getting the points in. Personally, just because I've seen how hard they both hit and with the passion, personally, like Dan for the first round might get battered up a little bit, but then Angry Dan will come out, and then Angry Dan will swing, and you know, Jason's got a bit of a bang up injury as well. I mean, he's all right now, but he might still be hurting. So yeah, basically I'm going to say Dan on that one for Team Flash. Dan's gonna take that one, just because he's a vicious little bastard, and you know, he doesn't go down easy. So I reckon he's going to take. Okay, so let's consult my list again. I should say that there's a few fights where we haven't seen the opponents because we're fighting people from outside the program. So I'm just going to give the points to the GTR candidates because I don't want to support the other ones. So we got 1 for Team Flash and 2 more for Team Ammo. Okay, moving on. We got Shawn Lee Wright versus James Britten. Now I've watched both these guys. They're both pretty decent boxers. They're both pretty good in their ring. Their fitness isn't both bad. Both pretty switched on. They work hard at it. I don't know really. I mean, again, some of these fights are really difficult to call on because they're both, the opponents are both as good as each other or whatever. Or I think they're both so evenly matched. I'm not sure how to decide. Do you know what? I've actually seen him when he gets like fired up in the ring, when he gets clobbered and he comes out angry. So I'm going to give this one just because he's really aggressive, and I think that sometimes works for you. I'm going to say James Britten. Okay, which brings us on to the last 2 fights here. So we got Gareth Holland versus Harvey. So we got Gareth Holland versus Harvey Richards. Okay, I mean, again, haven't watched these guys too much. I would personally say Harvey's probably the better fighter. He's more switched on. He's really pushed for his fitness. Gareth is learning, but he seems to always go into a defensive bubble. So you don't really. I haven't really seen too many amazing moments out of Gareth, but maybe he's just holding it for fight night. But yeah, on that one, I'm gonna have to give it to Harley. Okay, which brings us to the last fight. Obviously, it's not the last fight of the night, just the last one that I finally got to. We have got Tom Scott going up against Charlie Godsell. I'm actually quite looking forward to this one. I respect Tom a lot because Tom was a military man, tried to get into the army. I'm not sure why he didn't get quite in, but I respect him because he's clearly a machine. When it comes to fitness, probably the fittest guy in the class. There's no stopping him. When it comes up against going, see, Charlie I haven't seen a lot of either. I haven't seen him a lot throughout the fights, and I haven't seen him a lot through sparring. So I don't really have too much of an opinion on the guy because I haven't seen a lot. And you know, yeah, based on that, I'm just going to give it to Tom actually because I've seen more of Tom, and Tom's a good fighter. So yeah, Tom Scott. Brings us to the end of this as far as I'm aware. It actually took me like 4 hours to get all that together and finally edit it all and all that kind of stuff, only just finishing it up. Thank you for tuning in to the predictions evening. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll be back with the reactions and the results video a few days after fight night. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Yzer TV.